Hey guys, and welcome back to Fastcast. We're now in our third game of our Korhal Compound Spotlight. We'll set the game on up, and what we have is we're back onto the ladder maps, guys, and we've got a TVT to finish things off. So in the top right hand position of Korhal Compound, our spotlighted map, we have our red Terran Supnakki, and then in the bottom left we have probably the German American influenced blue Terran stoobar, with a very good name as well. Some fairly good names in the last couple of games. We had Zam, what was it? It was Zam something. I really liked it. It was a good name. So the barracks being thrown down and the scout going out after completing the supply depot for Supnakki, who I'll refer to as Nakai, and this can be Stu. And likewise, and the wall off gets completed just in time to deny scouting from Nakai, but he does sees a little bit inside. And he nearly picks off that SCV. So we got a bit of counter scouting on now, and the first Marine should be popping out now for both players. So the OC's morphing at the same time, and there we go. There goes the Marine there for Naki, that's how you pronounce it. So it'll all come down to micro now. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get that SCV out of the way, and the forward bunker being thrown down, so we'll probably be seeing some sort of early expansion from Naki. But speaking of that, exactly mirrored matchup, we've already got the expansion going down for stoobar, and a similar bunker being placed down on the low ground, with the amount of Marines required to saturate it already been produced, and a reactor on the way as well. So we've got a factory and a starport down, so we're going for some sort of modified 1-1-1 build, it looks like, with the reactor. So he'll probably end up swapping the reactor, or my favourite version of the 1-1-1 is where you swap the factory with the barracks, put the starport there, and what will he be turning this into? Because I like the tech lab again. I like the version, guys, where we just pump out some reactor hellions and just have some marauders with them as well as the banshees. So it'll all come down to whether Stu is able to hold off the cloak banshee aggression with his 3 racks. But if we have a look at the income tab, we see that Stu is quite far ahead, even though only being 2 workers, he's nearly double the income. His first reactor being thrown down now as well, and the first of the cloaked banshees is on the way, so we'll have a look, keep an eye on that, and also siege mode being done for his tanks. It's quite an interesting thing there, and here comes the first one. So bang 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 bang. It's all going to come down to good job on saving up the scan, I guess, but it will depend on that sick micro. Holy crap, someone's been playing a bit of what is it, StarCraft Master. That level is the hardest thing ever, and I still haven't beat it. So the big push coming down the middle of Korhal Compound now, using that nice corridor in between the 2 Zelnaga watchtowers. However, stoobar does see what is coming, and he starts cranking out whatever he can. It'll all come down to whether he can hold this, and if he can load up the bunker in time. So he takes out 1 tank now, he needs to pull back, but he's lost too much already, so it'll all come down to if he can pull enough SCVs to repair that without losing them to that. Ooh. And he's going to go for a bust, it looks like. And go, go, go. Alright, so here we go. It all comes down to this now. So the first tank falls, the second tank falls, and all these Marines getting killed now. Now 1 Viking down. So he's been able to hold there, so that's quite impressive. And he's only a little bit behind on the income tab, but there goes Mills, bringing everyone back into the game. That's what we'd like to see. So the missile turret going there just to prevent this Banshee from getting any more free kills, at least. But it doesn't have cloak, which might end up playing in favour of Stu, as he's able to retake the supply lead, throwing down his 3rd command centre, and starting to form a push of his own. Putting this scan down, seeing exactly what's what, and let's see how effectively Naki is able to transition out of this. He's got 4 racks on the 4 racks now producing, and there we go. So combat shield also being researched, and the medevacs on the way as well. So still fairly heavy Marine Marauder composition here from Stu, and it looks like he might be doing the old switcheroo to get that reacted medevacs on the way as well, just to help this Bioforce out when it meets up against these siege tanks. Now I reckon the crucial moment in this engagement, if Stu decides to march across the map and attack, is going to be whether Naki can get these tanks sieged up fast enough, and whether he can, whoops, wrong button, and whether he can take out enough Marines without losing stuff of his own, and vice versa. It'll all depend on how quickly Stu is able to take out these siege tanks, and if they go into their mode of siege. Also being pulled down onto the low ground now, so it looks like Naki wants to make a push of his own. And will these two just walk straight past each other? No, it looks like they're going for the direct engagement. So one tank falls, one medevac falls, second tank falls, third tank falls. No siege mode as of yet, and the large marine, oh yeah. And exactly right from Naki. TVT does always seem to end that way, but that's alright because it was fairly good 1-1 on from him. Fairly nice transition, but as we all know, mules are OP, and Stu was able to keep in the game and keep his income fairly level-headed just to stay in the game for as long as he could. So good game from both, and that brings us to the end of our focus on Korhal Compound. So we'll be going back to normal maps after this, guys. So good job by both players, and we'll see you next time.